Welcome back to the Graham Stephan Show. My name is Graham and welcome to my show, and I've officially gone down the YouTube rabbit hole. I started off with mansion tours, that led me to looking at yachts, which then led me to looking at cars, and pretty soon I wound up on this video, which I have to say already it's probably one of the best videos I've seen on YouTube. It's an office tour from Jeff Bezos back when he first started Amazon. But before we start, all I ask in return is that you like and subscribe. Especially that subscribe part though. That's really important. Be a part of the family, and it's free. And also, big thank you to Current for sponsoring this video, but more on that later.
They're enough to make you sick, or at least green with envy.
Look at that. They try to be all fancy. Billionaires.com. Ooh, that sounds like a prime.com bubble stock. Let's see, is that even a thing, billionaires.com? Where does that link to? Your family can leverage our 14 years of experience meeting with 3,000 plus ultra wealthy investors in person to structure better deals. It seems like a really crappy website, right? It's like you would expect for billionaires, they spend more than like, I don't know, $1,000 on a WordPress website. Anyway, that's disappointing. The internet has gone downhill. I want a website like this.
And Pierre Omidyar had simple, why didn't I think of it ideas to cash in on the internet boom.
The internet boom. Oh yes, that internet boom. It was only a few years ago that it was the crypto boom. I'm wondering what the next boom is going to be. Don't you ever think about like what the next big thing is? I spend way too much time thinking about this. I never would have guessed it was GameStop. But, you know, that's where we're going now.
Both of them are billionaires. One started Amazon.com, the other eBay. Companies that don't make big profits yet, but whose share prices have soared on expectations that one day they will.
Oh man, both of them, especially Amazon is the it. eBay still did well though.
In the meantime, they're laughing all the way to the bank. And in the case of Jeff Bezos, the rest of the time too.
Oh my gosh, he's changed. I mean, usually, I don't want to say always, usually people, I don't want to say look their best before like 50, 40. This Jeff Bezos just gets better with age. He's all buff now. He's like really cool. He's just like shaved head. Jeff Bezos just turned from this into like it looks like The Rock a little bit. But God, you know, I think it's the more money you have as you grow older, the more gracefully you tend to age.
The thing that strikes you first and most profoundly about Jeff Bezos is his laugh.
I bet Jeff hated this. Look, first of all, I love the spray paint, Amazon.com. They're saving money there. They've got this, I was about to say, they've got this old computer, which, now at the time, I'm sure this would be like the M1 MacBook Pro, like the top of the line would be that thing there. Look at all the wires hanging out in the back. I remember with the speakers, you'd have to set up the speakers on either side and plug them into the thing down below. Look at this. From that desk to $200 billion.
And to say this remarkably unremarkable billionaire has a lot to laugh about would be one of the great understatements of the 21st century. We're fairly crass, you see. We like to talk about money.
Oh my God, what? He's laughing all the way to the bank though. Imagine being so financially stable that when someone asks you about money, you laugh.
In your wildest dreams, did you ever anticipate making the $48 billion mark?
No, this is extremely unusual, and I did not ever anticipate in my wildest dreams.
What, did you just expect the odd lazy million? Not
everything's funny. She's not even telling jokes and he's laughing. I wish I could do that. Someone's like, hey, Graham, the package you sent is late, and you know, there's a fee. And I'm like, or Graham, you know, a Tesla, some YouTubers were hanging out and they wanted to film something and they jumped across and hit your car. I mean, oh man, I wish just like I could laugh at stuff.
For those who've been logged off for the last 4 years.
Oh my gosh, those computers. It's cool looking back and being like, remembering back in the day, that was high tech.
Jeff Bezos' story of how to become the internet's first and
the shirt, and that was the style too, the really baggy stuff. He could be buff under that, we would have no clue.
Web usage was growing at 2,300% a year. Things don't grow that fast. It's very unusual. And picked books primarily because
She looks so just like she's not interested. She's like, oh yeah, the internet. Yeah, that thing, that's gonna go bust any day now.
so when you have that huge number of products like you do in the book category, you can build a store online that can only exist online.
It's true. He wasn't wrong though. Imagine going to a bookstore and hoping that they have that book that you wanted to buy. Ah, man, I remember going to the bookstore. It had that smell to it, like you'd walk in and smell of paper. You know, it was a good smell. I enjoy it. I'd go straight to the kids section, buy a Goosebumps book. That's what I would do.
I encourage everybody to wake up every morning terrified in a sweat, and but to be precise about what they're afraid of when they wake up. And they shouldn't be afraid of competition. They shouldn't be afraid of a whole bunch of external things. They should be afraid of our customers.
So smart, well worded. I mean, to be able to have the opportunity to work for a man like this would be just, they don't know it then, but just everything he says is spot on. But you know what? The one thing he could mention to his employees that would have helped them out is all thanks to our video sponsor, Current. Current is the future of banking, all done entirely from your phone in a way that changes the game of managing your money. You can deposit checks right from your phone every time you swipe your debit card. You could be earning points that turn into cash, and they have over 40,000 fee-free all-point ATMs across the United States, so you don't have to waste your money on ATM fees. On top of that, they get you paid up to 2 days faster with your paycheck on direct deposit, and if you want to send money from one member to another, just type in their username, the amount you want to send, and that's it, done. Plus, Current has no minimum balance requirements, and they have 24/7 chat available in the event you need to ask them anything, like how to earn up to 15 times points when you use your debit card at one of the over 14,000 merchants where points are as good as cash. Not to mention, Current just released a high-yield interest account that pays you a 4% APY within their savings pod, which, just for comparison, some of the competitors are paying only 0.01%. So Current pays you 400 times more than that. Let that sink in. This feature allows you to better budget and track your expenses for the future, getting you one step closer to owning a Bugatti. I think Current is truly changing the game, and that's why I put $2,000 into the savings pod to watch my money grow. And speaking of watching your money grow, best of all, Current is helping me give away $1,000 to 10 of you to help get you started with interest. All you got to do is sign up using the link down below in the description with the code STEPHAN, and you'll have a chance at winning $100. So thank you guys so much. Now with that said, let's get back to the video.
Pierre Omidyar was backing a hunch too. His wife was a collector of these things, Pez lolly dispensers. They were the craze back in the 50s, apparently.
Apparently? I mean, could she not just fact check that and be like, it was a craze in the 50s? Apparently? I don't know, I feel like apparently wasn't the right word to use there.
The internet site he set up so she could swap these for different ones turned into eBay.
I wonder how much of a cut she got from this. Just watch them be divorced now. Let's see, eBay founder, spouse Pamela Current. No, oh yeah, no, they're still going. On Wikipedia, it's literally said she is known on the grounds that she is hitched with a popular personality. Who wrote this? Who on earth would write that on Wikipedia? If I were Pamela, I'd want to change that.
Kind of worked on it nights and weekends and developed it until the point where the checks were coming in, they were piling up at the door, and at the end of 1 month I realized I was making more money from my hobby than I was at my day job.
That's the way to do it. I am such a firm believer that you work on projects like this on the side. When they start taking off and when that earns more money than you make somewhere else, you focus on this.
The idea was simple.
Look at this. Oh, I remember, what is this, Internet Explorer? Look how neat everything was up here. Just stop, refresh, home, search, favorite, history. Oh, the little history thing, that was awesome. And you had your favorites up here that you could just click on. Everything was so much simpler back then.
If you go to the site today, you'll see over 3 million items for sale. You know, we're on track to doing over $2 billion this year.
And meanwhile, there's some person that says that's a fad.
No, that's a fact. Why would someone buy something they can't even see it, though? They can't do that.
You know there's someone out there saying that.
From buying the missing cup for Grandma's tea service, to trading car parts, to auctioning off all manner of weird...
Oh, I had that! No way! The Hydra. I had that as a kid. And I also had this old Godzilla here where the lights would kind of like flash. I love these toys. That's so cool. It's so cool to see it because I forget they even exist.
But it's just such a simple idea. I guess it's amazing someone didn't think of it before you.
Well, I guess somebody has to be the first to think about it, so I don't know what to say.
That's one of the biggest fallacies out there. You kind of assume, oh, if it were that good of an idea, somebody else would be doing it. But you gotta remember, someone else is thinking the same, oh, it's so good, someone else would be doing it. And everyone thinks that way until somebody does it, and they're like, oh, I should have done that. Oh, that was such a good idea. Just do it.
And the idea is when you're 80, you want to look back and have minimized the regrets. And I think a lot of people behave this way. Just very few of them speak of it in such a nerdy way.
Yeah, I like that. I always try to think, I never think of 80. I think in 10 years from now, because I could conceptualize 10 years from now. I can't conceptualize me at 80. But 10 years from now, looking back, would I regret not doing a certain thing? If the answer is yes, I do it. If the answer is no, then obviously you don't do it. But yeah, I always look at and think, would I be upset I didn't take the opportunity? Would I regret doing this? So I agree with him.
Were those 15 investors that you first took on board sleeping well at night when you first started?
Well, they were sleeping pretty well because I told them that they were going to lose their money for sure.
Did you?
Yeah, he's like, they're going to lose it, but I'm going to make it all back. And you know what? He warned them because Amazon stock crashed like 95%. So in a way, I mean, he was both right and wrong. Like he was right in the sense that they could lose all their money in the long term. I mean, they made a lot if they just held.
When you're raising money from friends and friends of friends, you want to still be able to spend holiday weekends with them, no matter what happens.
Oh my God, he laughs at like the things that you wouldn't think are funny. My employees need to leave so they can have dinner with their family. My employees like to take the weekend off so they could see their kids.
Anybody who, when we started almost 4 years ago, who would have predicted this kind of success would have needed to have been institutionalized.
Oh, the laugh. Everything. He almost can't make it through a sentence without laughing. It makes it lighthearted, though. Like, I would rather be in a room with someone who's laughing like that than crying. All right, I mean, everyone would, but I like the laugh.
Seattle's highest profile company is not at the top end of town. With no name outside, the world headquarters for the world's biggest bookstore is instead squeezed into a sleazy district downtown.
Oh, now times have changed. Now they have like some trillion-dollar facility somewhere that looks state-of-the-art.
Bezos uses an old door as a desk. He likes to keep reminders of tougher times.
Look at that, he's saving money. I didn't even notice that. That's the thing with desks. This could just have a whole bunch of egg crates right below. You would have no idea.
Another reminder is the old Honda he shares with his wife, but is thinking of trading in.
I love that. I think that is fantastic. I think it sends a great image to not only shareholders, but also his employees. It doesn't make him feel like he's above anybody else, and frankly, the Honda is a good car.
Actually, I'm sort of considering getting a Volvo.
I love how she's laughing too, because it's like, oh yeah, Jeff, get the Volvo. I have a Volvo, actually. That's a good car.
And it seemed like the most logical thing to want is like extra airbags,
Oh man, in case we get in an accident.
Everyone who works for him is given shares in the company, which means he waits on an increasing number of unlikely millionaires at every staff Christmas party.
Yeah, millionaires, and then poof, it's all gone unless they held.
One of the things that I think about, and I try to get everybody here at Amazon.com to think about, because there are a whole bunch of shareholders here at Amazon.com. Everybody in the company has stock options. A lot of people have done very well. Is that wealth is paper wealth, and it goes away the second we stop doing a good job for our customers.
Or the second the dot-com bubble bursts, But, it's good he's setting the expectation. I've always told everybody, hey, on YouTube, things could just poof, gone. And, you know what? It's good to just have that in the back of your mind and then carry on as usual. But don't expect that things are going to last forever.
It's taken Amazon only 5 years to woo 6 million customers to its way of shopping.
And then we'll sign you in.
At IBM.net. Oh, that is awesome.
From the books I've ordered in the past, Jeff's computer has decided it knows my tastes. Well, it was closed, because I do have a few of those, and I've read them already. So that was very clever.
It's so weird, like, not that people read books, But like, I can't remember the last time I actually like read a book. Maybe it's part of me thinks maybe that's a good idea to do. But then I'm like, well, you can just watch the YouTube video on it. I don't know.
Chieftains, and songs from Ally McBeal featuring Vonda Shepard.
What sort of girl does that make me?
Oh, he's laughing at that. As with everything else. So when he does laugh at like a kind of joke, you don't know because he's laughing at everything.
Email turns off the politeness gene in the human being. It's sort of wonderful, you know, because people will tell you what they really think. And
how.
And that's what you want.
Yeah, that's true. The comments, that's why I read all of the comments. I go through all the old videos. I see what people are saying. I listen, if I get more than like 5% of people saying the same thing, then I know, like, oh, that's a problem. Now, obviously, like, you get 1% of people saying something, and they tend to be the loudest, so you could somewhat tune that out. You take it into consideration, but you're like, you put that over there, but 5% of people say something, then it's like, you kind of got to listen to that. So he's taking the same approach.
Pierre Omidyar is a lot less flamboyant than Jeff Bezos, but has just as much to laugh about. What he spends for what he brings in doesn't begin to justify the value investors put on his company. Like Jeff Bezos, he happens to have happened upon what investors regard as the happening thing.
Yeah, but I mean, the same, it's wild because 20 years later, the same thing is going on. A company's not making any money. The stock prices keep going up. Where's the money? Where's the money? Rivian, where's the money? Show me the money. That's what I want to know. Show me the money, and then I'll invest.
The fact is, Jeff Bezos would have to sell every book sold in the world to justify his company's share price. With giddy future possibilities, but sobering present profit margins.
Oh man, how have times changed? He would have to sell every book in the world to justify the profit margins, and meanwhile, they're like the biggest company ever. Wow, it's just cool to take a look back here and see this.
Amazon has been pushed so high in the current mania for internet shares that even Jeff Bezos advises people not to put money into his company.
He's smart, he's so nice. I mean, it's just honest, guys. Like, guys, we're not, I don't know how we're valued at this, but we're a great company. Stock price isn't worth this. Don't invest with us. But long term, we'll be fine because we listen to the customer. And he's been right. Everything he says aged perfectly.
I think if you're a small investor, one of your primary investment objectives should be able to get a good night's sleep every night.
I love how he loves good night's sleep. Make sure to smash that like button.
Does it disappoint you that we tend to want to know more about the money than anything else?
It doesn't disappoint me. I think it's a very natural kind of curiosity. But I do think that if people knew what it really felt like, then they'd be disappointed.
I'm sure he's laughing the same thing on his mega yacht that has a support yacht along with it.
Hello, I'm Tara Brown. Thanks for watching 60 Minutes Australia.
Oh, fantastic. Everything Jeff said. Jeff is, listen, he's an icon at this point. Changed everything. I'm a fan. And this video aged quite well. So with that said, guys, do me a favor, let this video age well by subscribing, hitting the like button. Also, feel free to add me on the podcast, The Iced Coffee Hour, because we post new episodes there every single Sunday. So thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time.